All right, welcome back to another 5 minutes Excel lesson or another 5 minutes tutorial. Today we want to take a look at how do we do absolute cell referencing in Microsoft Excel. So let's jump into it. So we are using the same um, worksheet that we had last time, where we had the item name, amount purchased, cost period, and total cost. And we want to look at an offering or finding maybe a 10% discount on each item. So how we would do that is that we would insert a new column called discount, and let's say we're doing 10%. The way you're thinking about doing this is that you would say it is 10% of the total cost, right? So that would be equal, in this case, this cell, which is D3 times 10%. And so that gives us 63 cents, which is correct, right? But we could autofill this down. Now the problem with something like this is that, and let me apply the border. The problem with something like this is that if the discount would change, the discounted amount here is 10%. If that would change, it means then that we'll have to go into each section and change the 10% for all cells, right? Or do the first cell and then autofill it down, which is not ideal. We want that our data or that our referencing to the cell is dynamic, right? So a good idea is to place our cell maybe somewhere up top here, and let's call it discount percentage. And in this cell, we want to place our 10%. Sorry, so 10, and we will convert this or format this to percentage. So it's saying 1,000%, let's change it to 10. So 10%. So notice that I had to format the cell first to percentage and then place in the amount I wanted, otherwise it becomes 1,000%. Good? So what I would do here then is to say, and let me delete this so we're not confusing things, is to say then that it is D3, which is our total cost, times where the 10% is located, which is in E1. So that's where our 10% is located. Now, if we autofill this, notice what happens. It gives an error. The error, if I plug in there, it's saying D4, which is correct, times E2. So the E1 is also changing. Now we don't want that. We want that it's always pointing back to E1. Always pointing back to E1. So it's not going E2, E3, E4. So to do that, we must perform something called absolute cell reference, where we're always referencing back to cell E1. To do that, we add a $sign before the column label, and we add a $sign before the row label. So it's a $sign E, $1. What this does is that whenever we autofill this, it will always be pointing back to E1. So it's saying D3 times E1. This one will be D4 times E1, D5 times E1. So it's not changing the E1 for us. Okay? So let me come out of that. And now if we autofill this, look what happens. This is D4 times E1. This is D5 times E1. So it's always pointing back to E1. So in the case that our discount percentage changes, then say the store decides that we won't give 10% now, we'll give 9%. Then our entire data is changing because we're pointing back to that cell all the time. So it's easy for us to quickly make changes to the discount percentage. Now, this is not completed. This is the discount on each item. So I want you to go ahead and find out what the final price will be for each item. And also, I want you to find a total at the bottom here for the entire price. So the person can know what they're being charged, right? All right, so to find the final price, I'll border this. To find the final price, you would do what? Total cost plus, sorry, total cost minus the discount. So that's equal total cost minus the discount being given. And so our new price would be the 573. And we also want to find out what the person would pay for all the items that they purchased after the discount is given. And so this would be equal sum of F3 to F8. So I'll use the auto sum function here, F3 to F8. So notice what I did. Click the auto sum in the cell where I was, and Excel predicts that I want to find the sum of all of those values from my final price. And so it gives me a grand total of $21.07. Good. That's it for this lesson. So we took a look at absolute cell referencing.